inspired since to continue working to reclaim this fundamental human right. We're reminded of the quote of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who said, "Righteousness goes beyond justice. Justice is strict and exact, giving each person their due. Righteousness implies benevolence, kindness, generosity. Justice may be legal. Righteousness is associated with burning compassion for the oppressed." Tonight we pray that those people abandoned by our healthcare system and our government know we will continue to work for their dignity, autonomy, and freedom. We pray for the strength to continue a fight we thought we had won. We pray for the wisdom to shape a world that values and empowers women and birthing people in their healthcare. And we pray for the endurance to reach for peace. Page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon Lecho hashalom, ki ata melech Adon. Lecho hashalom, shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We invite you into personal reflection.
Well, it looks like it might be a hard road,
But I'm gonna walk it with you.
and you know you might have a heavy load,
But I can carry some too. I will
lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice and stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you.
And it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. And I know it's gonna be a hard fight, but I will stand right here. I will shine a light in the darkest hour. I will face the man in the tallest tower. Well, it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere.
I will work,
I will fight, I will strive in the name of love.
I will speak,
I will shout, I will sing to the skies above. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous fight, but I will follow your lead. And I know it might be a long time until the last one of us is free. But I will hold on tight, stay by your side. I will be with you for this whole damn ride. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous fight, but I will follow your lead. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice and stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. I'm gonna walk it with you, that's right. Well, I'm gonna walk it with you.
I will walk,
I will climb, shine the light the whole night through, because it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you.
We invite the community to please rise as the ark is open for Aleinu, page 282.
Aleinu l'shayeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula l'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kecho hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
At this time, we create space in our community and in this sanctuary to acknowledge those who came to this space in grief, in love, holding legacy and memory. We have stations at the front of the room if when you hear the name of a loved one you are remembering, you'd like to place stone on slate as a ritual of memorial. We also invite you to rise as you are able when you hear the name of a loved one to affirm your enduring presence and memory of that person. We begin with the recently departed, those who died in the last 7 days, the period of Shiva, those who died in the last 30 days, the period of Shloshim. They include Bert Bitterman, Roe Mandel, Harold L. Sokoloff, Eli Morrison, Albert Sanders, Jules Kirsch, Joan Renee Katz, and Barbara Hirsch. Are there additional names this Shabbat for Shiva or Shloshim? Is anyone in the period of Shana, the first year of mourning? And we continue with those whose yard sites we commemorate the Shabbat. Benedictus Adelar, Sidney Ball, Robert Bass, Mia Baum, John Byrne, Charles Berlin, Meyer Biddleman, Carrie Brennauer, Ian Eckler, Doris Feldman, Edith Rom Fields, Rose Filler, Harold Flato, Lena Garber, Manny Garber, Pauline Goldman, David Hack, Eugenie Hahn, Paul Harris, Vivian Harris, Henry Hoffheimer, Bertha Horowitz, Miriam Jacobowitz, Dolph Jarrett, Louis B. Caden, Bernice J. Coulter, Harry S. Kane, Jill Karpf, Margot Katz, Cheryl Landau, Ezra G. Levitt, Joseph Levy, Myrna Lewis, Elliot Lipschitz, Usher L. Lobert, Rose Rudd Margolis, Irving Marks, Meyer Marks, Sue Marks, Esther Matzner, Fred Mayer, Elaine Milstein, Janet Miltenberg, Irving J. Neth, Marshall Oberstein, Adele Orenstein, Rebecca Plotkin, Sadie Posner, Dr. Otto Reisman, Bernard Rosen, Suzanne Rosen, Harry J. Roth, Henry Sheridan, Barbara Siegel, Debbie Silberman, Abraham L. Sinsheimer, Robert L. Spalder, Dr. Edward Spindell, Nick Sprayregan, Caroline Strauss, David Umansky, William G. Vorhaus, Irving Wald, Mildred Wald, Renita Konigsberg-Wallach, Howard Waltman, Betty Wasser, Rose M. Weinberg, Joan Weintraub, Sarah Brockman-Weissman, Bessie Weiss, Ruth Westerman, Barbara Wilson, Betty Tyson-Wright, Beatrice Rubenstein-Zielman, Kenneth Zimmerman. Are there additional names of loved ones you'd like to share? We invite the community to please rise as you are able in sympathy and in fellowship to recite Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv imru amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha barichu le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei shlama rama min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Osei shalom b'imromav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen
Osei shalom b'imromav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Please be seated.
So Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and just a few brief announcements before we get to do a little celebrating. So we want to make sure that everyone is aware that tomorrow morning, right here in this very space, 13 amazing individuals that have embarked for 18 months of learning with our clergy team will rise onto this bima as our adult B'nai Mitzvah cohort of 5783. The entire community is welcome to come. I do warn you, it will likely inspire you to follow the footsteps, so that should be seen as a coercive invitation. It really is one of the most inspiring experiences of the year. So for those of you who have had a taste of some of the power of what can come from seeing a rising generation take their place in this bima, it is made all the more magnificent when we get to see people, especially people with lives that pull them in 1,000 directions, choose to walk up these steps and claim their role as leaders in our community. We also want to make sure that here at Roda Shalom, we are continuing our celebration of Pride Month on Wednesday evening, June 28th at 7 p.m. We are hosting a watch party. If you missed out or want to relive Cantor Yacono's concert Out of the Closet, a fearless celebration of queer music and the voices who inspire us, you You can join us virtually on our Facebook page and on the website, and on our Pride Month, a way for all of us to be together and continue to celebrate queer music and the leaders that inspire us. And as summer is now upon us, just a reminder that services, classes, and outings and games, they all continue. And of course, we, your clergy, we are always here for you. And we certainly wish you a restful, restorative, inspiring summer. And if you need some help with that aspiration, just let us know. So community, of course, only happens when we have a collective willing to help build it. And so as many of you are familiar, our weekly practice, we want to invite everyone to stretch the neck and the back and the body to whatever degree you feel comfortable to find a face of a person you have not yet met or connected with. And we're going to invite you to actually move as far as you're willing to actually greet that person. If you deign to and dare to, perhaps even introduce yourself and allow for there to be a new spark of connection that could maybe grow through the service and beyond. So please do see this again as a course of invitation. So with those sparks of new connection, we hope you can hold on to those names. Maybe even later you can share stories, do some human geography, see the threads of connection that already exist. One of the great blessings of this community is this is a house of belonging for so many of us. And what's remarkable is not only for those of us who have spent months, years, even decades within these walls, and we know the feeling of what it is to come home, we also have the gift of being able to welcome and open these doors to a sense of belonging to those who are journeying in perhaps for the first time. And tonight we have the gift as a congregation to get to celebrate the rise of marriage, of love, and of new friends and family for our Rhoda Shalom community. It is a joy to invite to the Bima now, Mali Anadomi and Danny Gold, who in just 2 months will be celebrating their wedding. And as they had a chance to do a little bit of celebrating last night, we get to bring some of that celebration up here to the Bima of Rhoda Shalom. So please. So Molly, of course, we've had the gift of growing up together within these walls, and this is a playground for you, and in addition, a place that has held some of those meaningful moments for you and your family. And Danny, I know that your synagogue back in Western Massachusetts was just like this. So this probably feels very familiar. This is an opportunity really for us to pay honor and homage and gratitude to Stanford Business School.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to look at how Massachusetts and New York can be woven together, slightly on a different coast of the world here. And the way in which you two fell into a friendship, a connection that somehow just naturally evolved into something more. And in maybe that same way, it took you going to opposite ends of the globe as part of that program to suddenly realize how much you wanted to be in touch and communication, and so unfolded a relationship that got to maybe be accelerated a little bit with the joys of COVID. And in the process, you have built a relationship that also requires you to continue to bridge different worlds from Boston to New York City. And here we are looking at a couple that works incredibly hard, that plays and laughs and has fun very hard. And for the two of you, as you look at the models of commitment that your families have given you, you lift up the values that place those families at the heart of your relationship, the way that you've seen your parents model for you dedication, the choices they have made to model for you how important is community, the way that that has transferred into a sense of loyalty, so that the people in your life remain priorities, even as you are pulled in so many directions, even as you have the loftiest of dreams and pour forward the lifeblood and the soul into your amazing careers. We also know that you have built community in the context of Stanford, and through that, the way that you have continued to place friends as one of the things that both unites the two of you, but the priority and the blessing of weaving your relationship to a larger circle runs at the very heart of this congregation and in this relationship. And so on this bima, in front of a community of fellow people searching to weave this world together, we want to celebrate your love. May you look back to those first moments of meeting when you were only beginning to imagine the road that you now pave, to think of how natural was the unfolding of communication into love and connection, and the way in which you see that this love obligates you to the larger circles of love, and see the beaming pride of your families. Know that in different spaces, your friends hopefully are pouring forward their love in just 2 months for you to be able to feel a larger circle that now celebrates you. And this time, we get to bring that love into this space. May you bring that love back here again and again and again. And Danny, welcome to the Road to Shalom family. It's time for us to celebrate you. So we want to invite your families to join us up here, and so we can heap a little bit of love here, and we're sending love to the rest of family and friends out there in the world. And at this time, it is a true honor to invite to the Bima the adult B'nai Mitzvah class of 5783 as we warm you up for tomorrow. And an honor to invite the congregation to please rise as you're able as we continue with Kiddush, found on page 5. Okay, you can do your
art.
assembly art.
Assembly art, yes. Does someone want to stand up? Use the words also. You come closer. Come closer.
close to the people that you came with. And if you didn't come with anybody, find someone to get close to as we pray for peace for this community